Hey there everyone, this is Roger from the library. I'm one of our librarians here at Alvin College, and your instructor, Miss Charlie, asked me to do a video for this informative research essay assignment that you have, and what it's going to end up being is probably 5 episodes, and I'm going to go into some detailed things that you're going to need in order to successfully do this assignment. So we'll be looking at where and how to find your databases. We'll be looking at a database called Credo, databases called EBSCO, or provided by EBSCO, and we'll be looking at the TextShare databases, and finishing it up with probably citations and other resources. So we're going to move kind of fast. Hopefully we'll keep this to 5 to 7 minute range, and you'll be able to use this to narrow down some questions you might have on the research part of things. Okay, so this first episode is where and how to find your databases. The first thing you need to do is go to the pod. And hopefully you're all familiar with that. So log into the pod, go to Campus Services, Library. Obviously you want to click that. And looks like we're having a little slowness here. This is the library's pod page. Some important things here that you'll want to be familiar with. Library Databases button, and some of these things down here. Subject guides are very handy, and you can find one specifically for English by clicking on this. This is something Mr. Mark, our librarian, our head librarian, library director, has put together with various resources, and a good reminder on kind of keeping on track with this process. Okay, so that's good to have. There are others for your other classes as well. And once you use them, you'll get more familiar with it and know exactly where to go. So all of this stuff will be things that you can use in other classes. It's not just limited to this English class or this English assignment. So keep that in mind when you're organizing. Probably a good idea to organize your work by classes, using your OneDrive, creating folders for these classes, and within each class putting in your assignments, a folder for each assignment, keeping all your work in these folders that match up with the assignment, and making duplications or copies on your laptop so that you have them in multiple places. So the first thing we're going to go to in this little first episode, finding the databases is pretty easily. Go to the Library Databases button. Some important things about this page. You have login information that you will need generally if you are off campus. Some of these will respect, some of the databases will allow access based on you coming through the pod, but if they don't, then you can follow up with these, depending on which database you're using, of course. Now, underneath here is a list, the A to Z list. That's good to familiarize yourself with. That can give you a better focus on your research directions. Basically what we have is we have a link to our databases, little descriptor, any pertinent user ID and login information, and the help guide. So let's look at this help guide for EBSCO as an example. These are good to have. I would suggest that you download this to your laptop and put them in a handy place so that you can get to it. Be aware that probably at some point in the summer this login information will change. We will probably get a new password, which would typically change the 25 to 26. But don't worry about that yet. And go ahead and forget that I said it right now, because it probably won't happen for a while this summer. Basically what you have here is a graphic reminder of the steps that you'll take in your search process, and all of our databases have something like this. And through here you can see the various databases that we have and how to get into them and what they do. So we'll be using these three: Credo, Gale, ProQuest through the texture databases, and EBSCO primarily. It's not to say you won't be able to find other things in some of these other databases, but these are kind of primary ones. You'll be able to find most everything you need. All right. Thanks for your attention on this one. We're going to pick up on the second episode, which we'll be looking at the EBSCO database.